Here is another video on the OKTV Today YouTube channel. In this episode you'll see Superman 2025 trailer breakdown, highlights, Easter eggs, the cast, recap, review and so much more coming up next on this video. The internet is going crazy about the new Superman trailer that was released on Wednesday. Superman is in jeopardy at the start of the teaser, as he falls into the snow, bruised and bleeding from an invisible battle. He whistles as he is having trouble breathing, and Krypto, the superdog, comes running to his aid. Inspired by the filmmaker's own rescue dog, Ozu, Krypto has a major hero moment while donning his own red cape. However, Gunn cautioned that Superman and Krypto's bond is overwhelming. There are other heroes besides Superman. From the beginning, it was evident that Superman would have an array of cloaks, and that James Gunn and Peter Safran's DCU would be home to a wide variety of superheroes. Here, we see a few of them, starting with Guy Gardner, also known as one of the Green Lanterns played by Nathan Fillion. Guy brings his recognizable bowl cut to Stag Industries. He's not surrounded by others, but his lantern abilities appear to be fantastic. As Hawkgirl, Isabella Merced is seen soaring through the air while sporting a helmet and clothes that are both comically appropriate. Michael Holt, also known as Mr. Terrific, played by Edi Gathegi, stands true to his moniker as he defends Superman during a significant battle within a force field, perhaps from one of his T-spheres. Additionally, Superman is seen holding the cherished robot on the ground. One that might have been totaled in a fierce battle. Before he resurfaces in a massive red arena-like battlefield, we briefly witness Mr. Terrific, Edi Gathegi battling an invisible enemy and Hawkgirl, Isabella Merced soaring through the skies. It's interesting to ponder whether heroes like this belong to any form of league or community. Although the trailer doesn't prove anything, it does have some strong antagonists. In addition to Lex, a massive kaiju-like creature is shown putting fire into a Metropolis building. Krypto the superhero dog was one of the more intriguing Superman revelations before the trailer's release. The guy, who is introduced in the Superman teaser, immediately rushes to Clark's rescue upon hearing his cry. In order to assist his closest buddy, Krypto is seen rushing across the ice at supersonic speed and carrying a wounded Superman home. Besides this, Superman will probably reveal Krypto's additional abilities, such as his powers, resilience, a beam of eyes, earth-shaking roar, and maybe capacity to fly. In addition, the teaser trailer for Superman has a fire-spitting kaiju. The kaiju, which resembles a gigantic worm, has the ability to expel fire from its mouth. Superman is seen to withstand the breath before taking off into the sun. It appears that in the 2025 film, Superman will face more than just Lex Luthor as a nemesis. Nicholas Holt's character Lex Luthor is also featured in the trailer video, which includes brief shots of Superman's bald enemy wielding a gun and looking enraged. This Lex is obviously smart and ruthless, and he has to outmaneuver Superman on certain levels because he can't match him on others, Holt said. There's also something about this character, hopefully from my standpoint, where even though you perhaps don't agree with his process, there's an element where you can understand on some levels where he's coming from and why perhaps what he's pushing as his ideology is perhaps better for humanity. His role as Beast in the Fox X-Men films has introduced Nicholas Holt to superheroes before, but he is now facing one of the most formidable villains in comic book history. This is the first time we see Holt's Luthor, and he appears extremely wealthy and enraged. The trailer for Superman starts with the title figure smashing into the snow, which is an intriguing scene. He is shown wailing for assistance from his previously described animal partner while battered, bleeding, and forlorn. Of course, the most important question is why Superman was put in such a precarious situation. Lex Luthor is the only possible response to this question. Superman's legendary arch-enemy from DC Comics, Luthor, was confirmed to appear in the next DCU film before everyone else saved the title character. The Superman teaser provided the first official glimpse of the character, and Nicholas Holt was chosen to play Lex. This moment from the Superman trailer's opening most likely follows a confrontation between Superman and Lex, who director James Gunn has said despises the former completely. Following the release of her debut image on Wednesday, the trailer then features other images of Lois Lane, a reporter for Rachel Brosnahan's Daily Planet. The actress from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel enjoyed collaborating with Gunn to adapt the role to our generation. Today, we're living in a world where print journalism, to some perhaps, is an endangered art form, Brosnahan stated. And she is someone who has dedicated her entire life to it. Lois appears initially as Clark settles into his corner desk and then as the two engage in a passionate romance session. The quip, "They bump up against each other, in more ways than one," was made by Brosnahan. Later in the film, Lois hugs Clark in a touching moment while he's wearing his full Superman regalia, hinting that he would reveal his major secret to her. The whole point of having a secret identity is, it's, at least at risk in the film, Corenswet stated. He's dipping his toe in the waters in figuring out who he's going to trust first, maybe. Other critical details you might have missed: we meet Jonathan Kent, played by Pruitt Taylor Vince, sits on the entrance porch of the Kent farm with his son Clark and has a moment of profound emotion. As much as Superman's unearthly strength, speed, and power are being highlighted, it is a comfort that he is also showcasing this crucial aspect of Clark's existence. This is crucial for accurately portraying the legendary character, but it also demonstrates that Superman will have a deep emotional center because of Clark's friends and family. In the intervening time, Beck Bennett, a former cast member of Saturday Night Live, strolls into the Daily Planet studio in the role of sports reporter Steve Lombard, who made an appearance in the teaser on Wednesday. Fortunately, Superman's civilian existence as Clark Kent is highlighted in the trailer. The trailer for Superman makes it clear that Gunn is aware of how crucial Clark's life and the lives of everyone around him are to the larger plot of the film. In the teaser, David Corenswet plays Clark Kent, whose clumsy demeanor is evident as he enters the Daily Planet. Following this, Clark and Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane exchange glances that allude to their predominant bond. This is crucial for accurately portraying the legendary character, but it also demonstrates that Superman will have a deep human touch because of Clark's friends and family. The reference to Baravia, a fictitious European nation from DC Comics where Superman has frequently stepped in, is another intriguing DC Easter egg in the teaser. Perhaps hinting at one of Superman's heroism in the movie, the footage shows social disturbance around the nation is reported in news reports. Superman, formerly known as Superman, Legacy, written and directed by Gunn, is a relaunch of the DC film world that follows Clark Kent, often known as the Man of Steel, as he attempts to reconcile his human upbringing in Smallville with his Kryptonian ancestry. "I knew that I wanted to have a Superman that stayed true to his origins of being the ultimate good guy," Gunn stated. "It's a movie about kindness, it's a movie about being good." To mention a few, Wendell Pierce is Daily Planet editor-in-chief Perry White, Sarah Sampaio is Eve Teschmacher, Frank Grillo is Rick Flag Sr., Millie Alcock as Supergirl, Sean Gunn as Maxwell Lord, Skylar Gasondo as Daily Planet photographer Jimmy Olsen, and Christopher Reeve's son Will Reeve in an unspecified cameo are among the additional cast members who will make appearances in the film, while laying the groundwork for upcoming DCU films like Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Lanterns, and Wonder Woman, Paradise Lost. Superman will also mark the debut of David Corenswet's Superman. Before the first trailer was released, Superman was one of the most anticipated movies of 2025, with the potential to usher in a new age of DC movies following a lengthy run of box office failures and major catastrophes. More than a decade has passed since Henry Cavill made his debut as Superman in the DC Extended Universe in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. Cavill was a great option for Superman, according to fans, but most people can agree that the DCEU let him and his role down. The Superman trailer for the DCU demonstrates that James Gunn is aware of the main complaint made by fans regarding Superman in the DCEU. Gunn is aware that Superman should be approachable and upbeat rather than grim and brutal, in contrast to Zack Snyder's portrayal of the character. The trailer's most moving scenes feature many encounters with kids, including one when Superman arrives just in time to save a young girl from falling rubble. An even more significant moment occurs when a little child, using Superman's insignia, waves a flag while muttering to himself for assistance in an emergency. He is the hero who will defend justice, truth, and everything that is right. The man would become a greater hero as a result, earning him genuine praise. Superman is scheduled to be released by Warner Bros. And Warner Bros. Pictures in the United States on July 11, 2025. If you like this video, make sure to check out the OKTV Today's YouTube channel, where we have hundreds of videos like this, If you want to see our newest episode, make sure you subscribe to get notification.